Now, this app may or may not be for you, but if you stick with me to the end of the video, you are going to know for sure. And the app I'm talking about is Blinkist. Now, Blinkist is an app that summarizes books, like they summarize full-length books into what they call blinks, 15 minutes to 30 minutes of audio length, sort of like small podcasts that you can listen to while you're doing some other things. Like I like to listen to them on the drive out in the morning.
And what better place to start meditating than in your new sleep sanctuary? Find out more about that in the next Blink.
Or when I'm doing some other mindless activities, I just listen to them in 20-30 minutes. The reason why I decided to try this app out is because for the longest time I have been trying to build a reading habit. And if you've tried this, you know how incredibly difficult it is. Some people, it comes easy for them. There are people who love to read. They just naturally love to read. But it's always been a hassle for me. And I thought, okay, cool. If I cannot read books, how about getting summaries of books, to kind of get the same information or somewhere around the same information as you would from a full-length book. And that was why the idea of Blinkist really struck me, and I felt like it was a brilliant idea. And I decided to try it, and I've been trying it now for about a month or more. And for the free plan, they do something where you can just get a free blink every day. You don't have control over what you want to listen to when you're on the free plan, but you get one free blink every single day. I think it's a fun thing. It can be quite fun because you don't know what you're getting, and there's also that urgency for you to enjoy what you're getting for the day, because you know it only lasts for 24 hours, but every single day you get a new one. So it feels like you're getting almost the full experience without making any payments, and you decide whether you want to commit or not. This is why I think the idea is really solid. But mind you, this video is not sponsored. It's just my experience. I just found the app and I used it, and I decided to make a video about my experience. So I like the idea because you don't remember every single thing you read from a book. You remember maybe the 80-20 rule applies here. However good your memory is, you're going to remember only a small portion of the books that you read. So if that's the case, this platform makes sense because they claim to give you the core ideas. And I genuinely believe that most books, or every book, if it's, especially when it's like non-fiction, self-help books and productivity books and stuff like that, they tend to have one core idea that can be summarized in one paragraph. It's like the whole volume of the book is like the author giving you examples, giving you case studies, fleshing out the idea and beating it more and more until it sinks in. But generally, it's usually a very small idea that is just spread out. So the blinks take the books and summarize them and give you the 20% that you can easily digest and remember. So I think for that reason, it's a solid idea that can even, I don't recommend it. I don't think it should be a replacement for reading books. But if you think about the fact that you forget most of the things you read, this can easily be a replacement for actually reading books. Now, the second argument one can make for platforms like this, and Blinkist in particular, is that you can use it as an introduction or to get into titles that you want to read, like get a quick glimpse into the books that you want to read and decide whether or not they are worth your time. And I know that I've come across books from Blinkist that I read, and I actually thought that these blinks might affect my reading culture, like make me not want to read books. But the reverse, I'm finding the reverse is the case, because I'm finding new titles, and then when I read, I just want, when I'm done with the blinks, I just want more. It's so interesting that I want to read more of read the full book. I think one of them that is in my list now is Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones. I'm going to get that book and read the whole thing, and I found it on Blinkist. So I think it's a way for you to quickly get into books, get a summary or a glimpse of a book, and then decide whether you want to read the whole thing. It's easy for you to get the ideas from these summaries, and then if you get the 20% of the ideas that are going to land and stick with you, it's easy for you to execute. And I've noticed this from all the blinks that I have been listening to. It's almost like I'm listening to a podcast. It's not overwhelming. I can remember all the ideas that I've listened to, and therefore I can execute, I can practice the things that I've learned. Because it's not enough for you to read books. The main thing from reading a book or any learning process is for you to actually execute. And if getting the core ideas very quickly stick with you and allow you to execute, then I think it's a really good thing. For most people, you're never going to build a reading habit if you're going to be honest with yourself. There are people who are not going to ever pick up a book and read. And if you know you're that kind of person who will, never build a reading culture, this is something that can be used as a replacement for reading. Now, it's not recommended that you want to build the actual habit of picking up a book and going through it and reading it from cover to cover. But most people will never. And if that's you, then this can be a solid replacement for reading books. You can get the core ideas and execute on them and, learn from them. Because, you're not going to read anyways if you're being honest with yourself. So those are the 4 reasons why I think this is a very solid idea. And maybe you should try it out yourself. It's priced around $9 if you're paying yearly and $15 if you're paying monthly. And if you're in Nigeria, you can find it for somewhere around 23 to 25,000 naira with all the promotions that they do from time to time. So relatively inexpensive considering what they offer, because there are thousands, literally thousands of books, popular titles that you can get the summaries of on the platform. So really good value for that price. Now that you've heard my experience with Blinkist, let me know in the comments if you've used it before and what your own experience has been. And if you've never used it, let me know if you're going to use it and how you plan to use it. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.